Good evening, one and all, to the second part of the Easter special break. We had Bahrain on Monday. This time, we're at Sao Paulo, we're at Interlagos, we're in Brazil, and new voice in the comms box tonight, so be patient with him. Not really anything I can say about him apart from he's one of the tier 4 guys. He's trying in comms for the first time, as I say, so be nice to him. It's the one and only Ashlord. Good evening.
Good evening, Carl and everyone. I'm here to grace you all with my presence and hopefully a nice bit of insight with some light banter.
Yeah, so just whilst people are out on formation, I believe we've only got 2 cars out at the moment. We have an 18-minute qualifying with 100% race distance compared to Monday, where it was full qualifying, all 3 stages, and half distance race. Furthest car round on track is a Scottish Banshee in the Austrian Red Bull, just coming round. So quickly do a lap of Sao Paulo Interlagos over the start finish line. We go with Gav into turn 1, and then you got turns 2 and 3 that follow, that make up the famous CNRS, and then the first of 2 DRS zones as we go flat out down towards turn 4, where famously Max Verstappen drove Lewis Hamilton off track on the exit. You got to be careful on the exit here because it can invalidate. You got turn 5, and then it's up the hill to turn 6 where Leclerc binned it on a formation lap a few years ago. And then we've got 7 and 8 middle sector, where you need a little bit of downforce to help with these tight corners, and Gav following them relatively well. Just got the last main corner left, and then it's going to be flat out to the line and get slightly wide on exit, and he's invalidated, so the lap won't count, but we'll finish with the Red Bull, but I believe he's backing out and going into the pits. But we've got a lap there with Gav until the invalidation. So
yeah, we've got Baby Hornet coming up to the last corner now.
Yeah,
with Pole Skips doing a double warm-up by the looks of it.
Yeah, Baby Hornet in the Aston Martin. The teams have been allocated depending on a driver's respective tier, as Baby Hornet with a 9.597 to get this session underway, as Darth Tim's in the McLaren 8.9 and Pole Skip 17.9, as you say, Ashlord doing a double warm-up. But as I say, in the seatings have been allocated depending on a driver's tier. So if you're, for example, a tier 4 like Ash, or a tier 3, you'll be in one of the top half cars, so from McLaren onwards, and then obviously if you're tier 2 like myself and tier 1, you'll be down the tail end of the field like in a Sauber or a Haas. As a Doco,
there's a stonker of a lap actually to come out.
8.808 in the Mercedes, so it is an all Mercedes front row, but GTS in the Racing Ball slaps it on that front row, splitting the Mercedes power and putting the Red Bull powertrains in that Racing Ball. Darky with a 26.7 double warm-up, I'd say. I think Gav
doing a double warm-up.
Yeah, Gav not a ideal lap for him, so those the likes of Pole Skips, Gav and Darky is Saviour, I believe, double warm-up as well, because he's at a 13.3, so
yeah, he is on the inters though.
Yeah, so my guess is he's doing a banker on a set of inters and then going to a set of dries, or Saviour's doing it deliberately to start at the back, because I know Saviour enjoys the fun of starting at the back and racing through to the front, because it gives him a bit of a challenge.
I mean, given the short run you have to turn 1 on this track, getting a good qualifying position will be vital to getting a clean launch. Because if you're good off the start...
Zigzag puts his... Yeah, 1089 for Zigzag, puts the Ferrari on the second row. So at the moment it's Mercedes, Racing Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Williams, your top 5, as Gav does improve to a 9.8. That's more representative. So that's the Red Bull into 7th.
With Lorpe coming up towards the line now, so let's see what he can do in that Alpine.
Yep. Lorpe, Tier 2, so about mid-pack. P8 for one Alpine.
on mediums.
One a set of mediums, that's good. Sadly, Andrew's invalidated, so he'll probably... hopefully he's got enough fuel to go again. He's in the second Alpine.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going for another lap or not. He looks like he saved most of his battery after invalidating, so Monster will find a little bit of extra time around here, but he might struggle towards the end of the lap with deployment.
Yeah, we're in an opening lap with Voxidian in the second Red Bull, partnering Gav, representing Tier 3. And I can happily say that they have been showing some rapid pace in Tier 3 from when I've been commentating on the races. So they'll hopefully have
brave overtaking.
Oh yeah, I would say the best overtake I've seen from Voxidian would have to be the one in Australia when I was commentating.
That one was a very
that took some. Yeah, just getting a bit of grass as well, just threading a car in a just wide enough gap to make it stick, and they are coming to the line now, and the Red Bull P1 for Voxidian, 8703.
Yeah, it was a nice clean lap as well, as Andrew has stuck it just behind his teammate on mediums. Tim's, yes, I did see you were on mediums. I forgot
an 8.9 on mediums is solid, but as we know, it is this ain't a dampener on people. It is realistic performance. So,
I mean, with that being the case, and you've got the biggest standout on that top 5 would be the Racing Bull. Well, GTS 189.
Yeah, GTS Lewis. To be honest, in Tier 1, he's a solid qualifier himself, and he's all in out pace as pole skips puts the Aston Martin pole skip, one of the Tier 2 drivers in the bottom half of the grid, has put the Aston Martin.
He's got to be running some very low wings on that Aston Martin to get that top speed he just did.
I think pole skip does tend to run low wings in Tier 2, as Josh Boy Mercedes 8.972. So still got a few left to go out, but here's one that's definitely worth watching. He may be in a Sauber, but expect it to be a stonking good lap as we follow Bobo as he heads down towards turn 4. As
a little bit of a
El Wayne in the Williams has gone P1,
and as we know, tyres.
Yeah, so as we know, the Williams as well in realistic performance is very good for straight line speed, because they are representative of what the car's performance was towards the end of last season, because obviously we are now waiting for 2026 to come around on this game with the DLC expansion that's I believe not too far off, but we're good. Oh, it's Bobo, the back end's come out. Oi!
He did say that the kick was twitchy. He did say it was twitchy, but with that being the case, he's gonna have to either dive back into the pit.
Yeah, he's got
or do another cool down. Oh no,
yeah, he's got plenty of time to get a lap in. But yeah, a bit of a
Yeah.
moment for Bobo as he does bail into the pit. So we've got JJ Lato
Yep. On
in
a lap on
sector
Inters.
2. Yep. Also on the Inters, doing the esports strat of banker on a set of Inters and then guns blazing once the track rubbers in. As we're saying, GTS 8.431 puts the Racing Bull on top as we're following the second of the Racing Bulls. Voxidian has popped up in the YouTube chat along with Darth Timms and Andrew Mond, and Andrew Mond saying this Alpine is junk. How do you do it, Armar?
I don't know if Armour's going to stand for that slanderous attempt of.
But what you got to realise, Andrew, you're racing a realistic Alpine. Armar is racing an equal performance Alpine on normal weeks. So there's probably the difference.
Yeah, I suspect that Armour would probably thrive in a standard Alpine anyway. He'd find a way to make that work for him.
To be honest, if Armar was racing, which he is, yes, he is. He's in. He's right. He's not come out yet. That's why he's in a Haas, and as we've seen throughout this season, he has been making Tier 0 his very own. Grabbing that by the scruff of the neck. Metalhead just jumped into the YouTube. He says evening.
Evening.
So we've got 10 people watching. I've got no idea how to check how many likes, but
I will check that. It is 6 people. Oh, 7 likes. As soon as you mention it, someone else liked the video.
Martin, all that threatening Martin's done when I've been on comms with him is paying off.
Lorpy has just improved by 6/10 or 6.5 and put himself into 11th.
Yeah, Adoko on an outlap. He's just coming to the end of his outlap, so we'll see how Adoko gets on. He's just dropped down to P7 as we have a Ferrari 2-3 with Darky and Zigzag.
Yep.
On the lock up for Adoko into turn 1. That's not going to help his lap. It's all got all out of shape through turns 1 and 2. If you get the line wrong through 2, it scuppers the line through 3 and it ended up invalidating. So Adoko will have to go again. Just over 5 minutes left in qualifying. We have 3 heavy hitters still yet to set a lap time. That is Bobo in the Sauber, Ant in the Sauber, and Armar in the Haas.
Ooh, did Saviour have a moment? Because he was just crawling along the pit straight for a second.
He's in the pits now, so all seems fine in that lead Haas at the moment. Let's see how Andrew's getting on in the middle sector in that French baguette of a car, as he calls it, the junk.
He is coming in this lap by the looks of his fuel. Timms has just started a lap on fresh softs, however.
Yeah, so we'll jump to the Papaya machine. I believe the only McLaren on circuit, because we've got 18 out of 20, so we've not got a full grid. So we've got one driver representing McLaren, and I believe only one Williams as well. So it's Williams and McLaren, which are only got the singular car on track, whereas everybody else has got 2.
I'll tell you what, the mechanics have no mistakes for no excuses for a slow stop.
So to be honest, Elwayne and Darth Timms will more than likely have double the front wings because they'll have the second garage if needed. And if needs be, you could say they've got a spare car as well if needed.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is looking like he is going to try and push for that top 3 because he's 4 temps up.
Yeah, coming to the line now is Darth Timms, the only car on track at the moment, and it's P4 for the McLaren.
It was a very good lap, 700ths out.
We've got
top 3.
A Ferrari leaving the pits now, which is either Zigzag or Darky. We'll soon find out. It is Darky who's on his way out. A lot of drivers will be coming out for their final runs. This is where the track's at its most grippy. Track will be rubbered in nicely, so everyone will be coming out for their final timed attempts.
Yeah, I don't think Tim's has enough time to make it back and then get a fresh set
No, I
of wheels
think
on.
it's ideal because obviously Tim's went when the track was completely clear, so he had no issue for traffic or out. So, but sometimes
Yeah,
going early, it can benefit. It can't, but it can go either way. But
yeah. I mean, he's currently trying to do a Hayden Gullis and go off-road with the car, and I think, if anything, that's probably slowed him down in getting back.
because we are just over 2 minutes left in qualifying, so that's Daft
Mm.
Tim's diving in. So we'll jump to
Darky, isn't it?
Darky in the Ferrari, who is just about to cross over the line to start his last flying lap attempt into turn
Just
one. The Scarlet car, little lock up, but
and with
nice
Gav
and
who's
tidy.
behind him. Is that GTS behind him?
Yeah, that is GTS behind in the Racing Bull provisional pole sitter at the moment. Zigzag has come out just behind Darky, so thankfully one Ferrari doesn't get in the way of another. And with the nature of this track being so short, traffic can be a problem, especially in the early and latter stages of qualifying, because you got near enough
Yeah.
everybody out on track together.
Looks like GTS is saving his battery, so he's going to go.
Yeah,
Quick
so
lap
he's doing
next lap.
two warm-ups and waiting to probably burn a bit of fuel in the process,
Yeah.
get the car as light as
Darky doing the
possible.
same.
Yeah, but we
El Wayne is on a push. He's 5 temps up.
So let's check in with the Gulf liveried Williams, the one of three liveries that Williams have in game. You've got they've got four, because they've got the livery that we see with El Wayne at the moment, the default standard livery, and
Rovo?
the latest one, which is the black one, which I think they ran. Was it Vegas that ran that one or whatever?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
the Rovo special in Vegas.
Yeah, and Adoko 8.3 puts that Mercedes on the provisional pole spot with 23 seconds left on the clock. We're going to stick with Al Wayne now as he comes to the end. This will be him coming to the flag.
Yeah, I didn't see how much he was up by either, so.
So El Wayne puts the Williams as Darth Timms is on an outlap, but he's not going to get anywhere near.
No, I don't think so.
Actually, he might do. I don't know. He's going to be very, very close. No, he hasn't.
No, that's a shame.
So Darth Timms at the moment will be fifth at the moment. So Bobo, Armar and Ant decide not to set lap times, as Gav P9 at the moment with Baby Hornet P12, as Darky puts the Ferrari, and Zigzag P3. So Ferrari in that top five. Both Ferraris, one on the front row, one on the second row, split by a Mercedes.
Cars? Pole Skip's diving into the pit, so he won't set another lap. Saviour, 4 temps up. Coming into the line.
Saviour getting quite a tow as well from the Mercedes. Saviour puts the Haas P5, which drops Darth Timms and El Wayne at the moment, but everyone else has either got the flag or gone into the pits. And what's El Wayne going to do? He's going to go to the line.
P6 8.4 and knocked Timms down another place.
Yeah, so that just getting over. Yeah. So it is Ferrari on pole with Darky, followed by Adoko and Zigzag, the top three. So it is Ferrari, Mercedes, Ferrari, followed by Racing Bull and Haas with GTS and Saviour. And we'll run through the full 18-man grid. Well, I say 18, 17, because Voxidian is female, but she prefers to be called they. She is non-binary.
I will attempt to remember that. Ironically,
I had to be mentioned the other week, so I did apologise to her in direct message, but she's fine either way. But she's not fussed if you say she, but She's non-binary, so
Yeah, well, we'll try and make sure we get it
yeah.
right for them.
And speaking
There
of that,
was less than a second between first and 12th.
Well, it's a short lap, so it's no surprise the gaps are relatively that close around here. It tends to be tracks like Brazil and Austria, for example, the short tracks, because they're that short that the gaps tend to be relatively close together as well. And the only difference is, I would say both tracks as well. If you make one mistake, I know in Austria, if you make a mistake, it's very difficult to find that time back. But if you make a mistake in Brazil, if it's in sector 1, then you probably could gain some of it back in sector 2, because that's where most of the lap is either won or lost, in that middle sector.
Definitely. Did we make it through the grid?
No, so I'll do it on formation.
I was going to say, I've got it up now if you wanted it.
It'll have something to run through during the formation, and
yeah, that's true.
Plus, at the moment we've got everyone doing the whole shebang, which is sorting setups and whatnot. But it looks bone dry at the moment. So if it ends up being
we'll get some cloud,
it would. Well, I know a lot of the drivers are going to probably hate me for saying this, but I wish we do have a sprinkling of rain, because it would make things interesting. And obviously, when it rains in Brazil, it rains.
Oh, and it's not a slow input either.
No, it's a very quick change. You could be out there on dries, and then in 3 laps, you got to go in for inters.
Yeah, and you've got to make that decision. You've got to be really good.
Yeah, you got to really get your timing right. I just like the view we've got at the moment, because obviously we've only got one McLaren.
Yeah, Oscar Piastri's there.
The Oscar Piastri garage, with all the mechanics just sat on chairs, having like just front row seats of a Grand Prix, just chilling there.
I can imagine the volume is absolutely huge.
Vox sitting in the YouTube chat, she is honestly fine. Don't worry. We're just trying to be respectful to you. That's all.
Yeah. And I hate to disappoint, but apparently, according to Andrew, dry all through the race. Now that doesn't account for potential safety cars dragging it out. Because if they delay that with safety cars or VSCs, who knows? Maybe some weather will creep in at the very end, but unlikely. Which is a shame, but a dry race has its own challenges here over 71 laps, especially keeping those tyres cool.
Yeah, especially with as you say, it is 100%. We've got 71 laps to come instead of the 36 that we would usually run for 50%. So fatigue will start to settle in at the end, because the race itself, as I was mentioning before we went live, 100% race tends to be roughly under the 2-hour mark. So it is a marathon, as we know, and obviously as racers we know you can't win a race on the first lap, especially at Brazil, where there's a couple overtaking spots down to turn 1 and turn 4 in particular. Yeah. Or if you're feeling brave,
Voxy,
probably, I won't be surprised, having a go into probably turn 6 in the middle sector. That I know somebody who always enjoyed making an overtake there, that's not in this league anymore, but he really did enjoy the overtaking. He seemed to make it work at turn 6, which is quite surprising, really. But if you've got better grip than, let's say, the car in front of you, you could probably risk hanging it round the outside of turn 6.
Yeah, definitely. But we say that the sky was bone clear, but since we've been sat here There is a little bit of grey cloud creeping in. Just a small bit. Just a small bit, but
here we go. We just had the notification for the drivers to ready up, so we're just going to be waiting now. And
yep.
Great feedback from Andrew. He's just done a button and peed in his seat.
Hopefully it was not Alonso's. It might have been. Is it an Alpine?
Although I don't think I'd be happy if I was Armar, because obviously he's in an Alpine and Armar races Alpine on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, I mean, who's next in that Alpine? That's the question.
Ooh, who's racing Alpine in Tier 1? That's the question. Actually, it's whoever's going to be in the Alpine in practice.
Oh, that's a point, yeah.
Ooh.
But a very good point that made me chuckle from Voxy. We're also, on lap 40, they're all going to stop on track to go to the loo.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. Everyone parks up on the grid, jumps out and goes for a pee. That would be hilarious to see. But on the meantime, we'll go through the grid and also look at who's starting on what. Darky, the pole sitter, on mediums. We've got Adoko second in the Mercedes on mediums. Both Ferraris going for exactly the same strategy. And with them close together, I would have thought they'd probably look at splitting the strategy. The next runner in fourth, GTS in the Racing Bull on medium, so is Saviour in P5. Elwayne in the Williams has also gone for the hard start, so he'll be looking to go long in this opening stint. Then there's a bunch of medium runners from Daft Tim's, Pole Skips, Voxidian, Josh Boy, Gav, Baby Hornet on mediums. And then there's a select few towards the back, apart from Andrew, who's the odd one out at the back. We've got Lorpy on a set of softs, JJ Leto on a set of softs, Bobo on a soft, Armar on a soft, and Ant doing a usual Ant and starting at the back for fun and on soft. So expect Ant to take those soft tyres 40 odd laps.
He'll stop for the toilet break. They'll change the tyres whilst he's relieving himself.
Probably. So expect the likes of Lorpy, JJ, Bobo, Armour and Ant to get quite rapid starts from the back, especially being on those soft shot tyres. We'll go to position changes so we can see how everyone gets on the opening lap as Darky gets into position.
Yep, and I'll try and keep an eye on the back half of the grid for any drama.
Yeah, Bobo was not quite got his car parked properly as we wait for the 5 red lights. There's quite an aggressive pointed Mercedes there from Adoko. Really got a very good angle, looking straight at the cameras. We have 3, 4 and 5. And it's go, go, go in Sao Paulo, Interlagos, Brazil. And it's a lovely start for the Ferrari. And GTS with a good start as well from P4.
Yeah, and Adoko makes that dive into turn 1.
Yeah, Adoko on the medium tyres gets ahead of the hard shot Ferrari. And I believe that's why how GTS got ahead of Zigzag as well, because both Ferraris on the hard tyres as Darky and Adoko scrapping into turn 4, but it's still the Mercedes ahead of the Ferrari, then Racing Bull.
What a start for Bobo.
Oh yeah,
7 places.
I did say he's on the soft tyre as well. Those soft tyre runners are going to be coming through, and Bobo's literally took that by the scruff of his neck as he's up to P9 on this opening lap. He's definitely having fun in that Sauber on those soft tyres.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the people.
Oh, we got Zigzag's had a moment in the middle sector. So that's a Ferrari plummeting down.
He's just stayed. Oh no, he hasn't stayed ahead of the Alpines. He is now about to be split again, because at the moment
my guess is it was.
But
I guess Zigzag was trying to rejoin in a safe manner as Adoko, with being the first car in front, has set the fastest lap of the race.
Lorpy into the pits, and Andrew, both Alpines coming in.
Oh, that's going to be a headache for Andrew, because he's going to be held up a little bit. So possible damage on both Alpines on the opening lap. But on that opening lap,
let you know.
Clearly the biggest winner out of all that is Bobo. He's practically doubled his starting position. He's up 8 places. And sadly, Zigzag is the biggest loser, with having that moment in the middle sector. He's down 13. And we have our first track limit penalty, and it goes to the Scottish Banshee in the Red Bull. It is Gav with the the unlikely and unfavourable record of being the first driver to get a penalty to his name. So,
I mean, he does toe the line, but I didn't think he'd cross the line that many times that quickly.
Thing is, though, with how they define the racetrack, it's the white line. So, yes, you do have to thread, kind of float with margins to begin with, but obviously a little bit too far. But it is still a Adoko leading, as GTS sets the fastest lap, as Darky still remains. Darky's gone deep, which has allowed Adoko back through, and he's going to put Darky under pressure from the Racing Bull of GTS. Both have DRS, though, as we have a bunch of cars behind as well. I've just realised I've got the gaps turned off because I'm that busy calling the racing. I'm not realising what I'm doing.
Timms goes wide and loses, and Bobo goes through another 2 drivers.
Yeah, Bobo up to P6 now. He's on the back of El Wayne in the Williams.
Yep, Armour is right on Polskip's tail.
Let's have a look at how the
midsection.
The second of the 2 Hasses, Armour, starting. I think he was between the 2 Haas cars. He had Bobo 16th and Ant at the back, with Armour in the middle, the 3 of them. 17th. Yeah, so he's had a solid opening 3 laps on those soft tyres, and he's keeping Polskitz for company. There's a bit of a moment for Josh Boy in the Mercedes. That's plummeted behind the likes of JJ Leto, Baby Hornet, and Ant.
Yeah,
but it is very close still in these opening laps. But it is still Adoko with Darky and Adoko going side by side through turn 3. The Ferrari's still there, and the Ferrari with DRS will make the move done. But Adoko seems to have decent straight line speed as he's keeping it on the inside. As Darky gets 3 seconds, was there enough racing room left? That is, I couldn't tell, but very hard racing between the 2 front runners, Mercedes and Ferrari. It's reminiscent of what we've seen so far in the real Formula 1, with obviously Mercedes and Ferrari being the 2 dominant cars in the opening 3 races. But I will try and keep real life Formula 1 to a minimum and try and keep it MRC borders.
Yeah, I mean, we had some lovely racing between Vauxhall and El Wayne coming into, I think it was turn 5.
Yeah, Bobo's up to P5 now, and his next target is Saviour, so that's going to be a juicy little scrap.
Yeah, I think
on the horizon
is not pushing as hard as possible, because I think he's trying to manage the lifespan on those softs.
We have a change as GTS goes around the outside of turn 1, which becomes the inside for turn 2, but Adoko's still there. Darky's had a mistake and has dropped it, and he's plummeted down.
13th. Oh, he's lost it again. Oh, he's out. The Ferraris collide.
Ouch.
Oh, that is an unfortunate safety car. I mean, it's going to be a godsend for those soft runners, but that is so unfortunate for Darky after that qualifying.
That's the problem as well, because obviously we have ghosting turned off as well, so an unfortunate side effect, which I know one driver knows all too well. Baby Hornet knows that very well, because he's unfortunately so I believe that's the
new wing of the race. Because both the Alpines and now Zigzag.
Yeah, Zigzag, unfortunately. The only thing I can guess is Darky losing it, and then as he was rejoining, there was probably nowhere to go for Zigzag, and it was meeting of the minds between the 2 Ferraris, and there's
I think there was very little that Zigzag could do there, because Darky tried to sort of get the rear under control and rejoin with a spin, but unfortunately I think that back end just kicked out again, and his front just went straight into the path of Zigzag, trying to go round the safer inside line. But this will be good for quite a few drivers, because you look at the likes
most near enough everybody apart from Zigzag has caught the safety car, has stayed out.
Yeah, Timms has popped in. Where's he gone to is the question. He's gone onto his hards quite early. I mean, given that it's a 100% race, I feel like the mediums it would have been a bit too early to dive off those mediums. I'm surprised the soft runners didn't, because softs going onto the mediums now wouldn't be the worst thing.
Oh, Darth Timms needs an invite, but I haven't got him.
Oh, I've got him. So he didn't dive in, his AI did.
Yeah, so
there is an invite out to you, Tim.
His car's solid, so...
that'll be why. He lost his wing, so that's why it pitted him. So he's been putting up... That might be why we were seeing him drop through the pack in those opening laps.
But whilst we're under...
He did look like he was dropping.
So whilst we're under this safety car, so we get a bit of a breather, so I'm going to take a quick drink, because it's 100%, it's a long race, so keep refreshed.
Yeah, I mean, we could always get a little bit of revenge on Gav, and look at his helmet, as he loves to do his safety car helmet review.
Yes, helmet chat with Gav. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's go on board with... Although the onboard shot I have of Gav, I can't see the helmet.
I'll be honest, I can just about see the top of his helmet.
Yeah, but if
we... It looks like he's got a bowling ball, because he's wearing the Apex GP Joshua Pierce one, I believe.
Okay, well, soon see.
I'm concerned, because I can only see the top of it, and if that is an Apex GP, I need to go touch grass.
Well, I'm not on the T-cam. We're looking at Gav properly from the normal camera, and it does look that way. With the gold stripped down, the middle, so possibly.
Yeah, well, Monster's gone for... Because I'll move to the back of the grid. With Monster, we've got... It looks like a tennis ball. But he's got a bit of green down the middle. On top. So I don't think Gav's is the Apex GP.
I will say this. Josh has done a really good job cosplaying a Mercedes driver, because he's got a Mercedes helmet on as well. So he's gone full Mercedes for this.
And we always appreciate the commitment to the bit.
Let's have a look. Safety car is in, so we've jumped to the front. So it is GTS who will be leading this restart away, with the Adoko Saviour and Bobo directly behind, with El Wayne that top 5, Voxidian 6th, Armar 7th on these opening laps. Then it's pole skips. JJ later, all Baby Hornets disconnected. Yep, please do. He's down in 11th. Unfortunate moment for a disconnect, especially on a safety car restart.
Yep, so I have just sent you an invite, Hornet. Let me know in the chat if it does not work.
Yeah, so we wait for GTS to decide. He's going as late as possible to try and reduce the threat as he goes just before the line. Great restart from GTS's Saviour, looking to attack Adoko into turn 1, but Adoko will have the inside for turn 2. So the Mercedes does stay put, as Bobo is right up the rear wing of the Haas as we head down towards turn 4. There's a few battling further back with, I think that was El Wayne and Voxidian through turn 3. The Red Bull ahead of the Williams now. So Voxidian's made the move up to P5. And further back as well, we've got El Wayne coming under pressure from Armar, as Armar trying to hang it round the outside of turn 6, but El Wayne keeping it. Pinched in the middle, but Armar's still there. He'll have the inside now. Side by side, they are still through the middle sector. Yeah, but Armar's made the move stick on the Williams. Haas ahead of Williams, that is 6th and 7th.
Yeah, those warmer tyres definitely paying advantage there. But I feel like if it weren't for the presence of Bobo, I think GTS might have tried to bolt a bit earlier than he did before the line.
Possibility.
Leaving that late did negate a lot of the advantage Bobo would have had on those soft tyres.
Yeah, he would have. I think he made the run to turn 1 as short as possible, as Saviour is lining a little look into turn 1 on Adoko.
Yep, I mean, Lorpe must have had a moment or trouble on the restart, because there is a big gap that's formed between him and Josh Boy already.
Just had a change of position. The McLaren overtaking the Sauber. And down to P12, Darth Timms up to P11. Obviously,
Yeah,
the second Aston Martin, a Baby Hornet, down towards the back. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he can get back in. But everyone's still in close proximity until you get down to the likes of Law, Pete, Andrews, Zigzag, and Baby Hornet off that train that goes from GTS all the way down to Josh Boy in 13th.
Yeah, still quite a close pack. But we will see what happens with the soft tyres, 8 laps. I'm not sure what their lifespan is on the 100%.
I'm not sure.
I'm
not sure for 100%.
I know it's noted down somewhere. But
I know it's not general. Ooh, dart there from Saviour jumping around a little bit on me. Ooh. I think there's contact between that was Adoko and Saviour. Saviour's dropping all the way down. He's in P8. He's got to rejoin safely, so that's promoted both Bobo and Voxidian and the rest of those up in upper places.
Like damage. Oh, yeah, well defended from Gav there, but it's
JJ Lato with the move past pole skip, so that's the Racing Bull of JJ Lato up to P7
as zigzag in the wall with damage, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, we've also had a change. We've had Bobo overtaking the Mercedes, so it is now Racing Bull, Sauber, Mercedes. As a GTS has had a moment.
Oh no!
What's happened there?
Well, I only caught sort of his car just sort of zooming backwards, if I'm honest.
Let's have a little look. There is damage on that front wing for GTS, so that is not going to help him. So I believe that'll be a pit for GTS. Yeah, so that puts Bobo in front. And I think at this point, Armar's up to second now, but I expect Bobo now. He can see the clean air and he's like, see you later, lads, I'm off. Although Armar's keeping that gap relatively close, but it depends how long Bobo will go on those soft tyres. The same with Armar as well. El Wayne up to P3. The two Red Bulls, 4th and 5th, Voxidian and Gav in 4th and 5th for Red Bull. Yeah, so another position for the McLaren.
I saw debris flying. I'm not sure if
it's more or less the curb round here. It's just a visual effect, I think, on some of the curbs around Brazil, because it's a bit of an odd one. Although Armar is getting that gap down to Bobo, so I'm guessing Bobo's using this time to probably save a little bit whilst he's got no threat behind him, with Armar nearly 2 seconds off. So Bobo probably playing it safe at the moment with the Haas nearly 2 seconds behind. You've got El Wayne on the hard tyres, DRS on the Haas, not close enough, and Voxidian still there as well.
Yeah, definitely not one to discount at all. Even with a penalty that I didn't notice that they had picked.
Yeah, she picked
Saviour into the pits. Is that damage?
Yes. Possibly, unless let's have a little look. Oh, he's retired in the pit lane as well. So that's
damage, maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's a no-no, as we now have Saviour out due to rear wing.
Yeah, let's let him go. Is he going to put us side in the pit lane, or is he going to?
No, he'll come out of the pit entry after turn 3, and it should park up roughly, I'd say, before turn 4. But everyone's by, so shouldn't affect anyone.
Safe. Yeah, I mean, one thing I will say, Zigzag staying out with the front wing damage.
Let's have a look at the Ferrari.
He had a little bit of a collision between.
An M plate on that.
We're recreating the 2021 Brazilian Grand Prix.
Baby Hornet's back in, thankfully.
Good.
But yeah, he's missing an M plate on that left-hand side, so I'm wondering which corners that'll affect him more than others. But he seems to be managing all right. As Darth, Timms, and Gav going having a battle in towards turn 1, Red Bull and McLaren.
It will affect him through the S's, turn 7, 8. 10, I believe.
Lovely insight, as Oh, Andrew's retired in the pits as well, so we're down to 15 from the 18 that started. So we've lost Andrew.
I wonder if he had some damage as well. Because there was Lorpy and Andrew were recreating the Max and Lewis incident from 2021. Which is when Zigzag then got caught up trying to go up their inside and lost his end plate. But it didn't look like there was anything that would have caused damage. So maybe if something else happened that we didn't see. But if the expected lifespan of softs now.
Yeah, yellow flag for Zigzag in the middle sector. Voxidian still keeping the likes of Armar and Elwayne just ahead. What about Sudoku?
He's down in 12th now.
Yes. He's got missing an end plate on that right hand side, so he's diving in to get that repaired. So that'll be
that's
as Elwayne and Armar looking to fight in towards turn 4. The Williams trying to hold on to it, but Armar keeps the inside, which allowed Voxidian to close the two back in. So we're now back into a three-way scrap, all on 3 different tyres. You've got the Haas on the soft, the Williams in the middle on the hards, and then the Red Bull at the back of the 3 with the mediums. So completely different strategies for both 3 drivers at the moment.
A lot of it will come down to who can keep those tyres in the 75 to 95 degree
and
range,
if it's
that's the optimal for them.
And if it's realistic performance, I would probably say that the McLaren would be good on its tyres, because as we saw in real life, that McLaren was very good on its tyres.
I don't know. Well, it's possibly just my experience, but from Bahrain, but it wasn't dreadful, but the rears did get very hot. So if Tim's can keep those rears cool, which is not.
Oh, Saviour in the YouTube chat. His reason for his retirement in the pits is due to his connection being too bad, so he thought it'd be safe to retire and save being an issue for people on track, which is very respectful. That is solid from Saviour, but unfortunately, judging by his message as well, he does feel... I don't blame him being down about it, because I know Saviour is one of those that does love a race. He does love a battle.
And he's also one of the drivers that will stick out. Like, even if the race is not necessarily going his way, he will always stick it out unless he's not one to retire for no reason. So if you know Saviour's retiring the pits, there must be a legitimate reason. And definitely. He did look a bit jumpy when I was following him at stages, and so yeah, it's unfortunate. Hopefully things will be better when we go back racing properly as of next week, as we have Elwayne and Armar battling into turn 1 again. The hards, I would say at this point, probably, and the mediums as well, will probably be in better nick than those softs on Armar at this stage. Some graining as well.
A few opening up at the moment, but we've got a few battles here and there. We've got the battle for 6th, 7th and 8th, which is Paul Skips, Gav and Ant. And then it's quite spread out from there on, as GTS is on a recovery drive as he gets past the Aston Martin of Baby Hornet in just before turn 1. So GTS on a recovery drive, as JJ Leto has picked up 3 seconds. So that's 3 drivers with track limits now, 2 Red Bulls and the Racing Bull. So the Red Bull teams probably always GTS is at the moment and gone way off track at turn 4, which has allowed Baby Hornet to sneak back through.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to see if Foxy's close enough to get, with Armar still having DRS, even with those worn softs, she's pretty
much stuck where she is, because as we know, once you get in a train, it is, especially when you're at the back of a train, even if it's a 3-4 car train, or in this case a 3-car train, obviously Elwayne is at the point where those hards are probably in better nick than Armar, but Armar is not going to let Elwayne get away at all, so he's staying pretty much in close proximity to the Williams the best he can. As Voxidian having a look on the inside, I believe at turn 5. Yeah, she had a little look, but she knows sensible and decided to back out of it.
I think that Armour might be struggling to keep those rears.
Yeah,
cool.
He's dropped a second behind El Wayne now, so those softs probably coming to the end of their usefulness. So Voxidian with...
This is Voxy's chance.
Yep. Prime opportunity for Voxidian to get ahead of Armour, and I believe that's Armour boxing as well, but she'll have DRS so she can gradually close in. But El Wayne on those hards, Bobo looks to be in the same predicament now, because that gap has come down from over 2 seconds to under a second between Bobo and El Wayne, so we've got a fight on for the lead. So if I were Bobo, though, I would probably pit at the end of this lap to try and cover off Armour, because I know they're probably not in the same... I believe they're both in the same race because they're on the same strategy, so I wonder if Bobo will box it at the end of this lap to try and cover off the Haas, especially with the Williams right behind the Sauber through these tight middle sector.
Yeah, I mean, Bobo's got to be either being very gentle on that throttle, or he's benefiting from the clean air, because that rear is looking reasonably sound in comparison to what we were just seeing on Armour.
But you can see the difference with grip between the softs on Bobo and the hards, as Bobo does dive in.
He does, in fact. Yeah.
So that releases El Wayne.
Where will he come out?
And Voxidian up to second, Darth Tim's up to third. We will jump to Armour to see where he will be in comparison to Bobo. So we're following the Haas towards the end of the lap. Bobo, as you can see on the minimap, in the pit lane. And I believe Armour will get ahead of the Sauber, but it is a shorter run because he's on the inside, so he gets to cut a few. So this is going to be close.
He will have that. I think he'll have that run on his just, but he might get
just about
here.
Yeah, just about. So
and no
Bobo
DRS either.
No, so Bobo just gets out ahead of the Haas, so he has covered off Armour. So we jump back to the front. We have Darth Tim's in the McLaren closing in on the Red Bull of Voxidian, not McLaren on the hard tyres.
Yeah, and those tyres are going to be at optimal temperature now. And
whereas Voxidian will be not too far off the end of that lifespan for the mediums, but she can probably take it a bit longer than what Bobo, and as we have a Mercedes unlapping itself, that'll be Josh Boy. El Wayne, or Baby Hornet's gone as well. That's at Leclerc, where Leclerc binned it on the formation lap. So Baby Hornet's now gone, so we're down to 14. Baby Hornet dropping it at turn 5. And Armour
cuts a corner.
Yeah, I caught that as well. But Armour on those fresh tyres and clean air. Well, I wouldn't say clean air. He's right under the rear wing of Bobo. Armour with the fastest lap at the moment. Not close enough to have a look into turn 4. So showing his hand a little bit to Bobo, saying I'm here. Make a mistake and I will pounce.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to battery on that back straight, because that Haas is rapid in a straight line.
Yeah, because you mentioned that to me before we went live, that the Haas seems to be better in a straight line. I thought the Williams would be the best in a straight line, because we do hear it on commentary, especially during the 2025 season and 2024 respectively, that the one thing that was mentioned was the straight line speed of the Williams, which is what favour them at tracks, especially like, ooh. Darth Tim's with a move down at turn 1, near enough rubbing tyres with a bit of a rear end step out for Voxidian, but she held it well. But that's Darth Tim's.
Not going to be as fresh as they once were.
Yeah, almost rubbing tyres through turn 1 was Darth Tim's and Voxidian there, but plenty of room for Darth Tim's to make a move.
Yeah, but look at El Wayne just blistering away on those. I know he likes.
Yeah.
I know he probably likes quite low wings as well.
He's probably getting a bit of a tow from Josh Boy as well, just ahead of him. But I know Josh Boy's getting blue flags, and he is a bit quicker, but he's not. He's not doing anything wrong because El Wayne is not really close enough, and obviously Josh Boy slowly pulling away from the Williams, but I don't think he's getting blue flags, but I don't think he's hurting too much because he's focused on his own race and he's not hampering El Wayne too much, so I don't think that's much of an issue.
That kick.
Oh, Bobo fastest lap.
Yeah, the kick in the Haas. They were very close on speed there, so that must be a setup difference.
Yeah. Well, Bobo and Armour, since making their stop, has caught the back of the Alpine of Lorpe, so this is now a battle for 8, 9 and 10 as Bobo on the inside of turn 4 on medium tyres, the hard shot Alpine. Defenceless on the outside, so that's Bobo now in clean air because he's got 3.2 seconds to the next car, which is Gav. Saying that, Gav has got JJ Leto as JJ Leto side by side, Racing Bull and Red Bull in the middle sector. Oh, bit of a moment for JJ Leto, bit of a squirrel, but he held it, but that's allowed Gav to pop back through. And
they're having a nice little battle, those two.
Yeah, plus it's quite a fitting Red Bull versus Racing Bull as well, because it's inevitable that you're going to get the senior team and junior team scrapping on track as Josh Boy 3 seconds, as JJ Leto with DRS swoops around the outside of the Red Bull, so JJ Leto back up to P6. But whilst they've been trading places, Bobo and Armour are now into the fray and are now part of that, so
yeah, it was a beautiful overtake on Lorpe from Armour as well.
Yeah,
into turn 6.
Bobo and Armour, I think, have got to be a little bit more patient with these two because they know they're going to be fighting ahead of them. So it's going to be but I think we had a moment there for Gav, but he's still. Bobo's having a look at turn 6. He's on the inside, gets on the curb. Gav. I think Bobo was a long enough side. I mean, it's hard racing, and I'm trying to be because we don't
unbiased sort of thing.
Unbiased and impartial. Plus, we don't for these fun off-season races. We don't have stewarding, but if things get to the extreme, the stewards will step in. As we've had a change for the lead. McLaren lead, Williams second. The only two that represent it well, repping their teams at the start, are now fighting for the lead of the race. El Wayne. Yep, DRS in the inside into turn 4.
Yep. Room left.
El Wayne going a bit deep, which has allowed the McLaren back through. I believe El Wayne has been on those hards since the start, whereas I believe Darth Timms made a stop earlier.
AI pitted him.
Yeah, so
those pitted him when he disconnected.
Yeah, those hards are going to be a little bit fresher. Oh, Gav has picked up another 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Voxy doing a solid job. She's the position she's in at the moment. She's got 5.4 seconds, 5.32 pole skip behind. She's nearly 2 seconds off of the front 2. She's in the perfect position to just focus on herself for the remainder of this stint. So she's got no one coming up behind her. She's not closing the gap in front, so she can just focus on those tyres and trying to see how long she can take them from here.
Yeah, I mean, that'll definitely help get those tyres to whatever her target lap is.
Yeah, Bobo, new fastest lap. But we have Armour and Bobo the other way around. Yellow flag in the middle sector. That is a Mercedes, so that's either Josh Boy or a Doco. I believe it would probably a Doco. Because the Mercedes...
It was, yeah.
Yeah, he's had
he's
another
lost
moment.
Steering or something.
Let's have a look.
That just didn't seem to be turning at all for him. I don't know if that's AI or...
Let's have a look. Oh, he's missing a front wing altogether. That explains why it's not turning. He's got no front wing. Well, he's got the middle part, but no everything else. So that explains why it wouldn't turn for him.
Yeah,
so that's another pit stop. Oh, he's also retired in the pit lane from it as well. So we're now down to 13.
Yeah, that is a shame. That is it. There's the thing with these 100% races, as we saw for the charity one in Canada. It very much becomes a survival match, as we got someone else coming into the pits as Voxy.
Oh, we've got a full safety car as well. Wonder what's brought that out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm wondering, based on the gap, if Ant's pitted, so it wasn't him. I don't know, but I mean, this is perfect for Timms and Wayne, but...
Yeah, Voxidian's going to come out, and she's going to remain in third, so she remains in P3, so that safety car's worked out relatively well for her. She remains in third place after her stop, as Darth Timms and El Wayne have caught the safety car.
Which is a shame, because they would have loved to have got past it and boxed.
Darth Tim, well, yeah, both of them, because obviously Darth Timms had that unfortunate pit stop when his car was AI, and obviously El Wayne hasn't pitted yet. We'll just have a look at who's pitted and who's not.
Yes.
So yeah,
that, I will say hi to
everyone who's running has pitted apart from El Wayne. So El Wayne's still running on those tyres he started on. He's done 25 laps on those. He'll be coming up to 26, and even if they do go into the pits, it will give the lead to Voxidian, because she's now on the back of the pair of them behind the safety car, and
it's a shame, really,
they both stay out as well.
Situation for him.
And being on the fresh rubber, and the first car on fresh rubber behind him, it does give the advantage to Voxidian on this restart, but it depends on what Darth Timms does for the restart. Have a little look at places at the moment as well, see how everyone's getting on. Armar up 12 from where he started at this point. Obviously Bobo and Armar pitted earlier on, so yeah.
What will be interesting now is that it's just quite unfortunate, really, but Timms and Wayne are both in a very compromised position now with those hards.
Yeah, especially with a Red Bull that's on fresh hard tyres, but as Bobo's disconnected, that's a big one. So yeah, hopefully you can get him back in, please, because I don't think I've got him added either. I've got half of these not added, to be honest.
Oh god, I do not have Bobo on my list. Why do I not? I swear I've had Bobo.
Oh, he's back in, so he must have used the original invite, so Bobo's back in.
Oh, thank God for that. Yes, evening, Mr. Hodgson. I hope you're enjoying resting your ankle, old man.
That's you on the naughty step already. The only problem is, just he'll bite back. You watch, he'll get you back. Trust me, he'll get you back. He'll get you back.
I would be disappointed if he didn't. I would be so disappointed if he didn't.
He's probably
like if Andrew didn't get me back.
It's I wouldn't be surprised if Mark is sat there, obviously with this up on YouTube, with his ankle up in the air with a glass, or probably more than likely a bottle of rum, knowing Mark.
He does like his rum.
Yeah, that's why he's we prefer him.
Confirmation of it.
He's referred to as the captain anyway, because obviously Captain Jack Sparrow with the rum and the pirates and whatnot. So he is pretty much MRC's resident pirate. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I think that's a dangerous
So
territory to
if
stroll
there's
into.
if there's ever a rum sorties, there's your culprit.
Yeah, that's right. You can stay away from my cupboard. I've been saving my rum.
Now you've said that and you've had a little dig at him, then you'll never know. You'll probably have a knock on the door and or a window slide up and a sneak in, and you wake up the next day and all your rum's gone.
Yeah, and he'll just leave a calling card of an empty bottle.
Captain Mark Sparrow.
You'll always remember this. Oh, safety car in.
Yeah.
That was a late call for the safety car.
Yeah, well, they've just caught up to the pack, so Darth Timms has got to try and bunch them up the best they can, because there are a few tail enders. I think that's Ant trying to get back, so he's really bunching them up. Elwayne can't afford to get alongside, because as the rules, you've got to be single file. But, oh, he's really backed him up. That is very slow. That is very slow.
And he is...
Oh, that
no.
is... Oh,
that is so unfortunate. I didn't
you
even
don't
catch
like
that.
to see that at all, but
No.
I know we're racing for fun, and I don't want to be a nitpicker, but Darth Timms, was there any necessary for that slow?
Oh, no, don't worry. I'll have words with him. I'll have words with him during his...
Well, I know it's...
You're not getting a set up for Silverstone anymore.
He's had his marching orders. But since that restart with the fresh tyre, mind you, Red Bull 3 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, I see what he was trying. I do see what he was trying to do.
I see, yeah.
It has worked for him in getting away from Elwayne.
But the problem is,
but...
everyone's bunched up that much. The rules, the grip on Voxidian, and she's had a move on the inside, and she's through on Elwayne, and Gav's going to try and follow through as well.
Outside.
So Gav around the outside, so that's Red Bull second and third now. So Red Bull having a solid race at this point, both carrying 3. Well, Voxidian on 3, Gav on 6. So Gav one up in her, and that one is Elwayne gets back through, and Polskip looking to get involved as well, but Gav looking to get back in the inside of turn 1, but the Williams holds position.
Yep,
Elwayne on much older tyres than those behind him. As Gav is battling Elwayne, it's allowed Voxidian to scamper away.
And she's inside the DRS of Tim.
Yeah, so she's going to be...
see that lead change.
Yes, probably a move into turn 1 incoming. As Elwayne and Gav still battling away, but Gav holds position through turn 5. Sorry, turn 6. So Gav pretty much at this moment in time a cork in the bottle, but
through the middle sector.
Yes, and to be honest, with Elwayne being on those tyres since he started, he's doing a very solid job on those, and Gav's starting to open the gap to him, nearly a second. Yeah, Gav has got a second to Elwayne, so Elwayne pretty much the cork in the bottle at the moment, but that safety car
is just zooming past Timms as we
speak. Red Bull past McLaren, but the McLaren on the inside, bit of contact through turn 1, but the inside for the Red Bull at turn 2. No harm done, but the McLaren on the inside of turn 3, and it's going to be a drag race. Oh, the McLaren got it. Darth Timms was behind Voxidian at the detection point. So Darth Timms...
Voxy should be able to come back going into turn 6, because Voxy will have that grip.
Yeah, but it's too much of a risk really at this stage. I know we're on lap 31 of 71, so not quite at half distance yet. Half distance will be at lap 36, so we've got a few laps to go before we're at half distance. As with the 2 front runners scrapping, it's allowed Gab to get involved as well now.
Well, we might just see a double. We might see was it Hakkinen and Schumacher, that double overtake?
Oh, but Gab, the back end went out the penultimate corner, and that's allowed
Wayne and Polskip
and Armar through. So Gav, as Voxidian looking to the outside of turn 1 with DRS. Trying to
Tell you what,
hang
though,
it round.
Armour will
Oh, bit
take
of
that.
contact again as she got the inside for turn 2, and it's contact again.
Gav, a little bit. It was an attempt to go around the outside of
As
Photo.
Darth Timms again gets DRS because he was behind at the detection, and he's able to hold position again as they head into turn 4. So McLaren still ahead of Red Bull.
Yeah. I mean, Armour will be sort of happy with what just occurred there because it gave him a little bit of a breather from dealing with the green speck in his mirror that is Bodo.
But that he's still there as well, mind
He's
you.
still there. He's still there, but it just meant he didn't have to defend from him on that straight.
Oh,
He was
we've
able
got
to attack.
Racing Bull versus Red Bull in the middle sector. JJ Lato and Gav. Gav on the inside, Lato on the outside, but Lato will have the inside for this corner.
Yeah,
As Gav filters back in.
Front right.
We'll jump back to the front, see if Voxidian can make the move happen this time around. She will have DRS. Will she go for the inside this time? No, she's forced to the outside again. Almost a bit of wheel banging as we head into turn 1. I think she's got the move done this time, but again, Darth Timms braking later.
I thought Voxy's rear end was going to sort of.
But Voxidian just holds on now, but she has got DRS, but Darth Timms looking to have a look again, and everyone's really bunched up because of that fight, but hopefully now that she's got clean air, Voxidian will find this opportunity to utilise the grip of those hard tyres and get some clean air and scamper away. Zigzag 3 seconds. Yeah, as Darth
that
Timms...
back end is not looking nice on that McLaren.
No, that'll be
looking very, very twitchy.
Yeah, those hard tyres. The Zigzag's retired in the middle sector. I believe that is a virtual that we have because I don't see a safety car, so it is a VSC.
It looked like something occurred between Elwayne and Zigzag there because when I just went to Elwayne,
it's now turned into a full safety car. So this will help Darth Timms, especially because I would expect the McLaren to dive in. Yes, he's going to lose a handful of positions, but he'll really want to get off those hard tyres. But I believe he has. He's gone in, so that'll put Polskip into second, Armour up to third, and vice versa. So
Elwayne will also come in because he has a damaged left end plate.
Yeah, so Darth Timms will be 11th because obviously, as you say, Elwayne in as well. So Elwayne will remain the last of the runners in 12th, and Darth Timms will come out in P11. So he's got a fairly amount of traffic to get through, but we have
GTS still out on those 23 lap hards.
Not bad.
I'm fairly surprised that Timms and Wayne, well no, Wayne had to go to mediums, but Timms started on medium, I believe, so he must have gone for balance, because hards would have done him to the end, I reckon, from this.
Yeah, so
tough,
if it's...
But he would have, with the McLaren, I feel like he would have been able to get them to the end.
Oh, yeah. Well, it'd have 37. Yeah, lap 37, 36? So... I don't know.
Laps,
we're on lap 34, we're going on to lap 35. Once we hit lap 36, that'll be half distance.
And the hards in game, according to what the game tells you, I think is 40 laps.
So it would be doable.
Yeah, I think. I'm trying to find my little thing. No, I am wrong. The game says it's 36 laps on equal performance.
So that's equal performance.
Yeah, so on equal performance, it would expect the hards to go 36 laps. Now, with realistic performance, I reckon you're probably
Darth
looking
Timms
about 37,
has said he sent DMs or something or other.
That was... Oh, okay.
But he can do that
yes.
because he's behind. We're under safety cars, so he's safe to do so.
Yeah, he's not texting whilst driving, people. He does obey the rules of the road.
Well, they're not on a road, are they? They're on a circuit, so rules are a bit different. True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is private property, I suppose.
It is private property, yes.
Technically, you don't need a license.
Yes.
But no, I see what he's done. So, by the looks of it, and actually, I won't say what his original strat was, in case he doesn't want to give away. If you,
to be honest, you don't have to put it out there because obviously, I mean, it's not a serious race. It's a one-off. There's safety cars in, so we're going to be going. We'll have with this restart, we've gone from a 100% race to a 50% race with this lap 36 restart.
Yeah.
So we'll be.
I am surprised Boxy did. Oh no, because of the safety car, she couldn't just because there was a lovely gap when she was going into that corner.
Yeah, where's she gonna go?
Ooh, easy pole skips.
Can't get alongside. Single file. As the rules in real life, Voxidian has gone. Voxidian's bolted, but pole skips kept with her. Although Bobo is right underneath Armar as we're going to turn one. He's going around the outside of the Haas, which will become the inside.
Into his rear. I think he'll leave space for Armor, but will he?
But he holds it around the outside.
He's managed it, but will Armor come back into this?
So really punchy on the restart was Bobo to get past Armar, which is what he needed. Yellow flag.
Tim's and Elwayne both passed Josh Boy, who I believe was just making way because of being blue flagged. Which is hopefully something that does get changed in the DLC, where lap cars can unlap.
To be fair, I don't think Josh Boy would have been having blue flags because he's only 1.9 seconds off of Elwayne, so...
Yeah, no, you're right. He's only 6 points. That's actually brought him right back into the race.
Yeah, so I wonder why he moved over because he's really dropped off them.
Yeah, it could be the 20 lap old tyres.
Yeah, it could be that as well. I mean, part of the rules of league comms, we don't show that, but I know it's only a fun race, but I still want to abide to the league commentary rules. As we do have DRS now activated on lap 37, with Voxidian leading, followed by pole skips, Bobo third, Armar is fourth. JJ Leto finds himself fifth. The second Red Bull Gav has just picked up another 3 seconds as we're following him. So he's on 9 and he's in 6th. So he's got more penalties than he has places at the moment because he's 6th and he's got 9 penalties. Little dab there at Gav, and I know he's gone really deep into turn 4. He's missing an end plate as well, I've just noticed.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
GTS finds himself in 7th, Law P8th. Darth Timms has made his way up to P9 after the restart on those fresh mediums. We've got Ant in P10 as Zigzag has left after his retirement. We have 12 runners, and that is finished off by Elway in 11th and Josh Boy down in P12. 1.8 seconds off of Elway, so the gap's not getting too big.
I think
my guess is probably Josh Boy had a bit of a moment which allowed Darth Timms and Elway to nip through probably on that restart.
He might have locked up going into turn 1.
Yeah.
There was a lot of smoke I saw in the background.
So pole skip with DRS, but not close enough to the Red Bull for turn 1. So pole skip will want to get as close as possible, as I believe that's a mistake for GTS because he's just dropped a handful of places.
I think Tim's inverted the whole Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher situation. He went up the middle and split the Alpine and the Racing Bull. Will he get the Alpine as well?
Let's have a little look.
That's gonna. He's lost an end plate.
Got a bit too close to the Alpine in the braking zone, my guess. Then.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Easily
but GTS
done.
Is coming back on them. GTS is not backing off. And the problem is he's got left end plate damage in the section of the track where you need your left end plate. Same
as Gav really, because he's missing an end plate on that left hand side as well. Yellow flag in the middle sector. It's very nose to tail at the moment though at the front because JJ Leto has made it a 5-way battle for the lead as Voxidian keeping pole skips roughly at arm's length. Is pole skips close enough to have a look at turn one.
Didn't they?
I believe so, but Polskip's not close enough into turn one, so he'll want to get a better run throughs 2 and 3 to probably get as close to the Red Bull for the run down to turn 4. But I think the Aston Martin's still not close enough, as Voxidian trying to break the toe as well, which is fair to do.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
you've got to wonder if maybe Vox is thinking that it's better to.
Oh, Gav with another
DRS
3 seconds. That was at, I believe, turn 4 or turn 5. So Gav's struggling with that lack of aero.
Yeah, it was turn 4, I think they got him on that one.
Yeah, the lack of aero does hurt in particular corners, so...
He is holding it reasonably well, all things considered, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Tim's is having the same problem, but he's corking the bottle for Elwayne, Lorpy. Even GTS is not out of it there either on those hard tyres.
Yeah, 5th place.
Surprisingly, in 11th. I would have. I don't know. Maybe he's being cautious on tyres. He is the tyre whisperer.
Well, I know it's not a serious race and a one-off race. I know Ant's one of these drivers that won't take a lot of risks. He's very calculated in what he does. He knows where the safest spots to make a move and when not to. So he's very safe, both for himself and everybody else.
We'll start calling him Elaine.
just back to the front, Voxidian still holding the lead as Polskip's had a little look heading towards turn 6. Darth Tim's with 3 seconds. That'll be the struggling with the aero, with the missing end plate.
Strangely, it was turning left that happened, so it was where his aero wouldn't have been as affected.
My guess then probably too deep then?
Yeah, maybe.
Too deep, too much speed, or...
over it there, but Elwayne's got Lorpy, so he'll be making a move. I think he'll be looking to make a move on Tim's.
This is the closest Polskip's been on Voxidian as we come out towards the start-finish straight. Usually it's about 5/10 the gap, but he's got it down to 4/10.
3
Not close enough still for turn 1, so Voxidian doing the correct thing and keeping a tier 2 and 2 tier 1 drivers behind. I know it's realistic performance, but she's still doing a stellar job with the opportunities she's been given.
It would definitely...
Ooh, that curve looked to almost unsettle the car there as it's opens the door as Bobo's having a look at Polskip's, and Bobo's got the place.
Is he gonna hold it? I think he should have it.
Yeah, he's got the inside, and I know Polskip's will try and hold it round the outside to have the inside here, but that is the position for Bobo. Second place for the Salbot.
That's been a bit of a saving grace there for Voxidian as well, because that definitely looked like the curb unsettled the rear of that Red Bull. And I remember, I think was it Danko in the general chat earlier this week, saying about how twitchy and even there, just losing the back end coming out of the last corner. Saying that when the tyres started to wear, that the back end just became quite unstable.
Well, I think because we're using realistic performance, I will probably refer back to real F1, especially from last season. I think Max also moaned quite a lot once the tyres started to drop off, especially at that stint where Red Bull was really struggling. He was not too happy with how the Red Bull was on its tyres, as Voxidian still keeping Bobo at bay this time.
Yep. A lot more calm out of that corner, so should be able to... Will Bobo... No, he's tugging in behind. Tugging sensibly behind. A little bit of grass on his front tyre there for a second.
Yeah, that'll get removed. It does look a bit dirty on that Sauber, on the side pod.
Well, I do wonder if he's been... Just during the safety cars, maybe he decided he was going to entertain himself with some off-roading.
I think it's just... I think the cars tend to get dirty as well over the course of a race as well, because obviously the dirt and stuff on track, so...
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's just general build-up.
Yeah, we've got a nice little pod of them sat at the front now. Top 5 all within a second of each other.
Yeah, and then you got a little battle further back with Darth Tim's holding off.
The Tim train.
Yep. We ain't got a trolley train. We've got a Voxidian train out front and an El Wayne train now. We had a tin train. It's now an El Wayne train with the Williams getting ahead. But he's got a full wing intact. So I believe El Wayne now can close that gap to the front 5. I believe now.
Well, it all depends on. It's all sort of down to Voxy's pace, really, because they're in a train. If Voxy's still got the inherent pace that they've shown most of this race, then I think they'll keep Elwain at bay. But if she has any moment, if they have any moments, then that might bring Elwain into the back of that train.
She's probably using the middle sector, like probably the likes of Bobo and Armarwood in particular, to probably try and save as much battery in that middle sector to then have enough battery to defend from Bobo. It's 5/10, so pole skips was about 5/10 off of Voxidian a few laps and wasn't close enough to make a move. So I believe I think the magic number, if you want to make a move into turn 1, depending on how much battery you've got, is probably about 3/10. Because obviously 4 or 5/10 it's too far back, but it depends how much battery Voxidian has for that run to the line to try and defend position. Yeah, but as we know with the middle sector as well, it's pretty much single file unless you're brave enough and got a tyre offset as well. So it's going to be pretty much single file from here with the front 5.
Yeah, it's very difficult because all the data I've gathered and everything's based on equal performance.
Oh, GTS with 3 seconds further back.
I wonder if he's still on those. Yeah, he must still be on those same hards. I don't recall seeing him come into the pits because he's ahead of Josh Boy still.
Well, you can have a look at that, and I don't, because obviously
I'll just look at stops.
that's one way to do it.
Yes, he's only had that one stop, so he's still on those hards.
Bobo's still not close enough. Elwain's picked up 3 seconds. Bobo is close though coming into turn 2, so I wonder if Bobo will line up. He's got a good run out of turn 3 though. He's right underneath the Red Bull, so this is Bobo's chance. Pulls to the outside. He's being forced to go around the long way, but Voxidian parks it on the apex.
But Bobo round the outside, do you reckon?
Will he hang it round the outside of turn 6? Voxidian will pin the car to the inside. All bit of contact there. But Bobo will try and hang it there because that Sauber will now be on the inside now. And I believe that will be the position as well for the Sauber. But the Red Bull is still there on the inside.
There's a little bit of a slide from there from my end.
But Voxidian with having such a tighter line there, struggling to get the power down, whereas Bobo was on a more normal line through that corner. So that is the position for Bobo and clean air.
And it all depends now on how much battery they've saved in that middle sector. Because if Bobo has enough to burn and run away, well, I won't say anymore because I don't want to jinx him.
Hey, you're on the comms team. If you curse somebody, you can.
Yes, well, I blame Connor because I believe he brought the curse in. Did he not?
Yeah, Connor is the OG cursor. I will admit that, but. Obviously, a few commentators took it to the next level, like Marks took it to another level, and
GTS is just the quali curse. He's the quali curse man.
Yeah, he's made cursing people in qualifying his own thing.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a T-shirt.
I won't put past it. The only problem that Voxidian has with being in this battle with the front 5 so close is that penalty that she's carrying. But she's done very well to not get any more because she's had that one penalty and she's not added to it. And she's keeping Bobo within half a second. So she's keeping with the Sauber. Obviously, the Red Bull is, as we found out, the better car on the grid. The only thing that slows it down is its weight, and as we know, the Sauber across the board is the worst car on the grid, but chuck a tier 1 driver in and that Sauber's running at the front, as Voxiden having a little look into turn 4, but sensibly thinks better of it and stays behind the Sauber as we head towards turn 6. A lovely helicopter shot that we have here, as Gav has picked up another 3 seconds. That helicopter shot through there was absolutely spectacular, because you can see the gaps open up in the straights, but then as they come into the corners they all bunch back up again and then open back up. It was brilliant to see. We need a few more helicopter shots, in my opinion, on this game. It would be better.
We can't just set it to helicopter only.
It would be nice if we could actually manually move through camera settings instead of just having like an onboard or broadcast
sort of thing,
Voxidian's still not close enough to make a move on Bobo into turn 1, so Bobo pretty much doing the same as probably what Voxidian was doing beforehand.
I wonder if, with them being in this train and no one's really making any headway, another
3 seconds, but El Wayne's close. Probably. It is a fun race after all. El Wayne is gradually getting that gap down. It's down to 2.8, so whilst he's in clean air, he is bringing that gap down to the front 5, but he is carrying a penalty, so if we were to have another safety car late in the race, I know I'll probably put a bit of a jinx on the race saying that, but I've done it before in the past. Yeah. I know one person that wouldn't mind it. P10, Ant, no penalties.
Yeah,
he would benefit massively from that. And that's the one thing with Ant. You hardly see him getting any penalties.
He's a very clean driver, and I think that's
he's very patient. He's very patient, and
bit of a lock up from Bobo.
Yeah, which has allowed Voxidian to be right underneath the Sauber through turn 3. Is she going to have a look into turn 4? She will have DRS.
Will they have the battery? Because I imagine they've both got similar batteries.
She had a look, but then weaved back in, showing a little bit of a hand to Bobo, giving a little wave and saying, "Hello, I'm still here. You haven't dropped me yet."
Yeah, just giving the old, do you miss me?
But to be honest, there's not really that much pressure on Bobo, especially with that 3 seconds that Voxidian's carrying. But to be fair,
if Pole Skips ever makes it past Voxy, then maybe there'll be a bit more of a astute defence. But I also think that if Voxy was to get in front, they still have the raw pace to, I think, pull away. If it could all change, like from just one mistake.
Yeah. And I'm not taking away from Voxidian that she's in a realistic Red Bull, and as we referred to earlier, it is the best car on the grid. But it's all right having the best car on the grid, but you've got to utilise that, and she definitely is doing so. Yeah, she's made the move stick into turn 1, and although Bobo's still there, he's going to have DRS as well, so Bobo will probably re-overtake again. So
Boxy just sort of tucking back in behind, just reminding Bobo that they are not going to take this line down.
No, she's not surrendering to the higher tier drivers that she's racing around. As I say, Bobo tier 1, Armar tier 1, I believe JJ Leto is also tier 1, and Polskip is tier 2, and I believe Polskip's one of the front runners in tier 2, so
I think so, yeah. Is he leading?
I think he's the championship leader in tier 2 Polskips. Yeah, I know he's one of the front 2, I believe, but I believe it is Polskips that's leading tier 2.
Boxy. Yeah, it's Polskips and then El Wayne in tier 2.
She's picked up another 3 seconds, so we're praising her, and it's backfired.
That could be devastating.
The saving grace that she has is this battle with the top 5 is about 3 seconds up the road from JJ from El Wayne. So if it was to finish as it is now, she would only drop to, I believe, P5, because I believe JJ Leto's only got 3 seconds. We'll just have a little look at that. Penalties, 3 seconds for JJ Leto, whereas Foxy is now on 3. So should drop to P5 if the flag was to drop now, but we're only on lap 51 of 71. We still have quite a handful of laps to
P6. I think Foxy would drop to P6 because it's a 6 second. That was a second one, apparently.
Yeah, and I think El Wayne's only on 3 seconds though, so she's still in that. She has to have at least 3 seconds over El Wayne, so I think she has got the gap to finish P5.
Yeah,
as it stands.
I can't remember when, but the medium runners, I think, will need to pit at some point. Because I don't think
Gav's had a moment, and Ant's gone through. Yeah. Don't know what happened there.
Oh well, speaking of, we're
Josh Boy and Josh Boy and GTS coming in.
Ooh. Now, whose mechanics are better?
I think it depends on how well you can time the button press for the pit stop, but obviously wing change as well for GTS, so that's going to hold him up a little bit. So Josh Boy will get ahead of the Racing Bull in the stop. Hard tyres for the Mercedes and hard tyres on the Racing Bull as well, so they've gone harder allocation looking at it with the 2 sets of hards.
Yeah.
But apart from the battle at front top 5, it is relatively spread out further back. So it's only the top 5 that are in a scrap, as Bobo and Voxidian, I've just jumped too many positions there, scrapping again through turn 1, turn 2 and turn 3. Bobo will have DRS to have a look again into turn 4. Voxidian trying to force him around the outside, but the DRS and the speed, but Bobo's gone a bit deep, which has allowed the Red Bull to nip back on the inside. Drag race up to turn 6, but Bobo filters back in front ahead of the Red Bull.
I wonder if Bobo's throttle pedal is flexing under how quick he's getting back on that throttle.
I don't know, because
really, really solid exits. Like, I don't think.
And fastest lap on brand new tyres. 10.9.
Take it away, Ant.
He's closed up to the back of Josh Boy, the battle for 9th and 10th. Lap 33 of 71, still got a ways to go. And as we know, with these 100% races, and indeed the 50% races, it is a marathon, not a sprint. As Voxidian gets relatively close to the Sauber of Bobo into turn 1, but not able to make any headway, as she'll have to probably stay behind the Sauber, but she's getting a good tow. Bobo forcing around the outside, but Voxidian safely backs out of it as Bobo retains the position. Yellow flag in the middle sector, I believe that'll
be Gav, probably.
Yeah, it does look like Gav. Yes, he's having
a moment.
He's having a nightmare, absolute nightmare in that Red Bull.
Yeah,
he'll be looking forward for when we go back to league racing next week and everything's back to equal performance.
Yeah, he's looking very slidey on the rear end of that Red Bull. And he's only just pitted, isn't he?
I believe so, but Ant has just picked off another one. He's got Josh Boy, so Sauber ahead of Mercedes. Mercedes not close enough into turn 4, so that is P9 for Ant. He's got loads of clean air though. He's got 26 seconds to Darth Tim, so Ant's got all the clean air in the world, as does Lorpy, to be honest. We ain't really spoke much about Lorpy. He's quietly getting on with it. He's on his own as well.
Tim's, and then I've just noticed that Tim's has dropped off massively as well, because he was within a second a couple of laps ago, I swear.
Oh, Gav's round it. Oh, no.
Gav's not
Oh,
liking that
poor
middle
Gav.
sector at all by the looks of
No,
it.
I'm wondering if I'm probably completely wrong, but I'm wondering if he's got rear wing damage or something because it just doesn't look planted on that rear end at all. That or he's practicing drifting.
Ant's got the fastest lap down to a 10.8. So Ant really getting his foot down in that clean air. But it's weird how much Gav is struggling because, as you say, the only explanation would probably be damage on that rear wing.
Because he's got both end plates that I can see. And I'm not aware of any incident that happened where he would then have got rear wing damage, but also I don't really ever see enough rear wing damage to know outright what it looks like.
It's hard to tell because I don't think it's not visibly seeable rear wing damage. I don't think there's much of a damage model for the damage on a rear wing.
Yeah, there's got to be something because he is really struggling with that rear end, even going into turn one.
Yeah, because there's no
Tim.
10 seconds of speeding in the pit lane, but just having a look at Gav, because as you can see, there's no visible as he's got 3 seconds again, so he's not trying to put too much steering lock on because that'll be the rear round. Let's see how he gets on here. Yeah, that Red Bull does not look happy in that middle sector, but he's getting through it well this time.
I mean, credit where it's due. He's soldiering on.
Darth Timms has retired in the pits, and we have a full safety car.
I think I know what happened. I'm just guessing. I am just guessing here. But
go on. As the front five all box in
due to fatigue when coming out of the pit lane, because obviously you need to make that immediate left.
Erky Boy's just popped up in the YouTube chat. What did I miss with all these DNFs? Darky, Andrew was a DNF in the pit lane. I think Baby Hornet was as well. I think Adoko was as well. Zigzag got collected by his own teammate. Darth Timms has just retired in the pit lane. Saviour retired in the pit lane due to being safe because his connection wasn't the best on his point of view. So most of the actually no, it was Darky that retired because he ended up colliding with his teammate. It wasn't Zigzag. That was the first retirement. But yeah, most of them were retirements in the pit lane, probably due to possible damage or something.
Yep, and we just had confirmation from Tim. It was exactly as I thought. He died coming out of the pit lane, left then round the right and hit the wall.
So he's done a reverse David Coulthard because if my history is correct, as Gav has just had a drive through for falling too far back.
It was a bit harsh.
That does sound a bit. But yeah. I can't remember what year it was. I think it was 95. I think it was when Coulthard in the pit on the way into the pit lane at Adelaide. I think it was went in a bit too hot and.
He clipped the left-hand side, didn't he?
Yeah, he bent all the steering as he went into the wall. He just went in far too quick. So the only thing I can say is. Darth Tim's getting a bit eager to get out and going a bit too quick on the way out of the pit lane and pretty much doing what Coulthard did but in reverse. And again, Gav, drive through for falling too far back.
Seems a bit...
That's odd because...
He's not even caught the pack, so why is he giving him penalties for falling too far back when he's probably trying his best to catch him with what we assume is rear wing damage?
Yeah, because
that's definitely damage of some sort.
Yeah, because it's really struggling in the corners, so he's I mean, fair play to Gab trying to stick it out. I mean, I know how difficult it is because I had a moment in Vegas in Tier 1. I had a a rampant baby Hornet having a zone out moment and completely clattered my rear. I think it was at turn 5 in Vegas, and I had an amber rear wing, so I know how tricky it is to drive with rear wing damage. You've pretty much got to be braking relatively early and just letting the car roll into the corner and just being very gingerly on steering and your inputs, and just to keep that rear end from going round, because as we've seen with Gav, it's so easy for that rear to just drop round. But
yeah, and he really is trying as well. So
drive-through penalty for falling too far back. He can't help it because he can't.
Yeah.
He's having to take it gingerly through them corners, especially in that middle sector. So it's a bit of a.
Something nice by the game's doing that, to be fair. But,
I mean, to be honest, I would say in all, this is not a dig at the game, but the game is very, very negative to people, and the reason why I say that is I would say the worst culprit for the game being relatively negative is your race engineering game. I don't know, I hardly hear the in-game engineer giving any positive feedback, and especially I haven't, and it's.
I think the only one I ever hear is about no problem with the tyres, or you're catching the car ahead.
I mean,
that's the only thing you ever hear. Other than that, it usually is just moaning at you for going over a line and getting a warning.
I think the most negative thing you hear from the race engineer is. I don't know why it says it online, because obviously there's not really much really for online racing, but you take the checkered flag, you've had, I don't know, you've gone from the back of the grid to the front, but depending on what car you're in, he comes over the radio and saying, we didn't quite hit our marks today, try better or something like that, and you're like, I've just gone from P16 to P3 and you're saying that?
Yeah, I think they say that regardless of what car you're in, I think.
Well, yeah, but Bobo's gone on the restart as we have a few drivers going almost three wide. Armar looking at pole skip on the inside. The only one that I believe is not on soft tyres on that front 5 is Voxidian. She's gone medium, so she's gone safe, whereas Bobo is on softs. So is Armar, JJ Leto is on softs, and both Elwayne and Polskip as well on softs as well. So Voxidian taking the medium, so she will not have the upper hand at this point.
No,
but
I mean, I imagine the Vox is probably banking on the softs dying off towards the end, and Bobo is probably banking on the immediate pace of the softs, enabling him to build a gap.
Yeah, because he's already got 2 seconds in that clean air, so he's absolutely bolted after this restart, and Voxidian is going to be under immense pressure as we head into turn 1, but we don't have DRS yet. We will have DRS. I think we do. We do.
No, not yet. We're now going to get it on the second straight.
There it is. There's the thing. So we do have it. It's just that Bobo set the fastest lap, so it delayed the notification coming up as Armar takes P2 from Voxidian as Josh Boy 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane.
Is that damage again? Yeah, new front wing for Josh Boy. That's unfortunate. Yeah.
So Voxidian has got to hold on with the. Depending on how things go in these closing 11 laps, I think 61 to 71 plus one more. Yeah, 11. Yeah. It's relatively bunched up in that top 7 because of the safety car and GTS with about 2.2 seconds to Lorpy with ants all over the back of the Racing Bull. So apart from the top 7, well, apart from Armar downwards, because Bobo has doing Bobo things. Now he's in clean air and on a set of soft tyres.
Armour is keeping... It has closed the gap slightly from what it was when he got past Foxy.
Disqualified from session for ignoring drive-through penalty. So I think Gab's just pretty much had enough with the game. And
I mean, you made it 62 laps, and I don't know how many laps you had potential what we assume is damage with. So just well done to you for making it that far, Gav. Like solid effort for putting up with the damage if you had it.
Yeah.
Because considering it's one of the times when there's no penalisation for retiring as a result of it. To keep going until that.
We did say that the 100% race will be a race of attrition. We started with 18. We're now down to 10. We've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers, and we now only have 10 remaining with only a handful of laps left. This is 76 of 71. And
76 of 71.
Did I? I can't remember.
I feel like
even I'm feeling the fatigue now. 63 of 71. I'm going to bed after this.
I've got to go to work.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
But it does look like it's going to turn in. And I will say this: Armour is no slouch in his own right, because he single-handedly took Tier 0 by the scruff of the neck. And to be fair, Bobo's no slouch as well, because Bobo is in the fight with, I believe, his fellow Sauber teammate tonight, Anton Bobo, the front two in the Tier 1 Championship. So, and I believe Armour has already wrapped up the Tier 0 Championship.
He did indeed. He wrapped it up in Qatar after an unfortunate race for Saviour.
And I don't know if it's Armour pushing to catch Bobo, or Bobo trying to save a bit of life for those soft tyres for when needed, because sometimes if you got a bit of a gap to the car behind, you can afford to drop back a bit, save a bit of tyres, because then the car chasing you is taking more out the tyres, and by the time they catch you, your tyres will still be in a better window than theirs, because they've used more of the tyre up than what you have.
Yeah, and it's especially with the temperatures, with the limiting tyres being the rears round here, pushing out of the corners is going to heat the rears up, especially on the softer compound. So if you're able to keep them cool and just let the person back in that gap whilst you cool your tyres, they're going to have a very hard time getting past you when you then start matching them on pace, because you will maintain the exit temperature, which they've already burnt through.
Yeah, top four still relative nose to tail: Bobo, Armour, Voxidian and JJ Lato. The only cars in that top five without a penalty are the front two, so we'll probably see some swaps and changes later on, but Pole Skip is in prime position to leapfrog all those three ahead of him that have penalties, as long as he doesn't pick any up himself. So he's in a prime seat to take that last podium position, as long as he keeps things tidy.
Yeah,
as he's within DRS of El Wayne, so he'll want to clear El Wayne, because the Williams dropping back from the front four. So if Polskip wants to try and stay within that window for that final podium position, he's going to have to pass and clear the Williams to do so, which catching is one thing, but as we know, overtaking is another. And as we've seen on majority of the laps around here, the two key overtaking spots are pretty much turn 1 and turn 4. You can do probably turn 5, it's not turn 5, turn 6 if you're feeling brave enough to hang it round the outside, but I'd say turn 1 and turn 4 are the main overtaking spots, as
I would agree with that.
He's not close enough as we head towards turn 1, so we'll jump to the front as I think Armor got within 50 thousandths of Bobo into turn 1, so they're roughly side by side, but Bobo's fended him off.
They were wheel to wheel going through.
Yeah, so Bobo holding position and Armor not close enough to have a look into turn 4. And I think this is what Voxidian was waiting for. She's on the medium tyres. The unfortunate thing is she's got 6 seconds. But if she didn't have any penalties, I would say she would be in a good place because, as we know, she's on those medium tyres, which on the long run towards the flag will get better as the softs will burn out more. She's keeping right with the likes of Armor and Bobo. So, as you said earlier on, she's not bent over and surrendered to any of the higher tier drivers. She's took the fight to them and held her head high throughout. She's not.
It has been a very, very good drive from Voxy.
I will say this. I wouldn't. I know. I don't know what how a pace would be comparison, but I think she has. I don't know if she has reserved tier 2, but I would like to see a reserve tier 2 to see how she gets on. I don't know if she has reserved up.
I think they have reserved tier 2. Was it I feel like they reserved in China, you know.
I can't remember now, but
not 100% sure.
Not 100%, but she's definitely they've definitely impressed me when I've been on comms with tier 3, and they're definitely impressed today. I know it's a realistic Red Bull, but I'm trying to take that out of the picture because it's all, as we know. You can have the best car. Yeah, you can have the best car on the grid, but if you can't utilise the car, then yeah. So she's utilising what the Red Bull's capable of compared to those around her.
Yeah, realistic is definitely a game of setups before anything else because you need to.
Yeah, you've got to. You can't just whack a setup onto your driving style like you can with equal performance. You got to adapt the setup to the flaws of the car. So you got to tweak the setup to play to the car's strengths, but also try and tighten up its weaknesses as well.
Yeah, because the Red Bull is quite characteristically Max Verstappen in that it naturally has quite high oversteer.
Yeah, but as we know, it's one of the. I would say it's one of the heavier cars because I think that's what holds it back compared to the front-running cars. But everything else,
it is the second heaviest in terms. Well, sorry, it's the second worst weight distribution, with Sauber being the worst.
Yeah, so. If it weren't for that weight distribution, I would say the Red Bull would easily be the best car on the grid, but it's due to that weight distribution that holds the Red Bull back. But despite that,
interestingly enough, it's only the third worst in terms of overall weight. With the
I'm guessing the Sauber's the worst car for weight.
It is only just heavier than the Haas. The two cars we have leading this pack.
So the two cars in the front of this race are the two heaviest cars.
Yeah, and then we got a Williams, which is the third heaviest in
right.
fifth. And Paul Skip's chasing him on a car which is only just lighter.
So the Aston Martin is pretty much the middle ground then.
Yeah. Yeah, the Aston Martin is a weird case, the Aston Martin, because the 2025 car, the way it's coded into the game, has the highest amount of natural drag.
Right.
So, this is not necessarily a good 2/3 of the circuit for it. But in that middle section, as I believe I said before the race, they should be...
The Aston Martin is probably one of the best cars in that middle sector.
Yeah,
and as you said, in the flat out sections, it goes to the Haas and the Williams between them because those two are the two cars with the best straight line speed overall.
Yeah, I mean they were originally stretched on the raw pace by the Ferraris, but they are of the Ferrari running cars. I believe that is Armor is the only Ferrari engine currently going around this Sao Paulo track.
The Sauber is also Ferrari powered as well.
Oh, is it? I don't know what
Yeah,
I thought it was Mercedes.
the Ferrari engine is in the Ferrari, the Haas, and the Sauber in 2025. Mercedes was Mercedes, Williams, Aston Martin, and McLaren. Alpine had Renault before they dropped it for Mercedes for this year. And obviously, Red Bull and Racing Bull were Red Bull powertrains, but it had Honda influence. And now, as we know, they've gone to Ford. As we're about to come on to the final lap, we're on lap 70, coming on to 71 laps. We've been waffling on about the realistic performance of each car to try and fill a bit of this talking, because it's been pretty much stalemate out front as we've been watching.
Having a nice entertainment with GTS Crash King and Josh Boy having a nice little yo-yo. They've been having a bit of a yo-yo at the back. And they've kept it clean, both of them as well. So it's been quite nice to watch.
We've been more fixated at the front, but it has been pretty much stalemate for the last handful of laps, with Bobo keeping Armar at arm's width and Voxidian keeping in touch, and the same with JG Lato. So it is looking, with the penalties, that it will be, unless there's a dramatic change in these final couple of corners, that it'll finish Bobo, then I believe Armar, then JJ Lato ahead of Voxidian. So Voxidian and JJ Lato will more or less swap places, but I wonder if El Wayne will probably be out the window. El Wayne will drop behind.
He'll be like a second off of Voxy, I think, at the end.
We'll see when they filter in, because coming round to the checker flag for the very last time. Bobo takes the win in the Sauber, Armar second, JG Lato gets third, Voxidian, will she hold on to fourth? No, Pole Skips jumps to fourth, Voxy fifth and moves up to sixth. El Wayne, is seventh. Lorpy will have P8, and then just got to.
Like, Ant has just run his own race, managed it, and he's got a P6 out of it after starting in P18.
It was pretty much, in my own opinion, a very stereotypical Ant performance, because, as I say, he takes no risks, and he's very calculated. There's a bit of a slide there for Josh Boy there as we come into the final two corners. It's I think it's going to be a drag race to the line now. Let's have a look.
As long as it's not a crash race.
It's close as the drag race to the line. It is GTS getting Josh Boy for 9th and 10th, so that'll be the 10 final finishers for this Easter special part 2 with around Interlagos.
Well, that was a good race, actually. That was quite an entertaining one from beginning to end.
It had its moments, but obviously towards the end of the race, especially with the likes of Bobo, Armar at the front on those soft tyres, they would have been tyre saving the best they can to the latter stages of that race. But fair play to both Bobo and Armar, starting I believe 16th and 17th respectively, and has finished 1 and 2 as Bobo gets bragging rights for race win and fastest lap. In-game drive of the day has gone to JG Lato, and Armar, as normal, cleanest driver and most overtakes. So
I mean, he's just very good at keeping it.
Yeah, as I say, 6th. But although JG Lato started 15th and he's made his way up to 3rd, so another strong performance by Tier 1s. I will give, and I've been praising it all race, because it's nice to see lower tier drivers taking the fight to higher tiers. I will give my nod of the head to Voxidian. She stuck with it every single lap with those Tier 1 and Tier 2s throughout that entire race. Yes, it's a realistic Red Bull, but she still kept her foot in it and did not give in to the performance of the Tier 1 and Tier 2. So that's fair play to her. So I'm going to give her a nod ahead for that. But you can't look away from the skill and the ability of the likes of Bobo and Armar, especially. Yes, they didn't qualify, and it's a fun race, so they would have just started at the back and just had a bit of fun. I mean, Bobo's start was ridiculous on those softs. He pretty much took nearly half the grid in one lap. Ridiculous stuff.
We knew he was going to come through, and none of those who skipped qualifying disappointed at all.
No,
because we knew that they were going to have a bit of fun with it, try and go from the back of the pack to the front.
Yeah,
and they did exactly that. But it is exactly as you said with Voxley. Like, they do deserve a tip of the hat because they stood their ground from lap 1 till the end. They didn't back off, they didn't back down, and it was absolutely brilliant to see them fighting the higher tier drivers. And just it's a different to driving an equal performance, but
it's a completely different ball game, because you have to drive the cars to its strengths and try and, as I say, balance out its weaknesses. But before we finish, I would just like to say, as this was your trial on comms, solid job, and I will say that live on stream. Big solid job from you. Not the easiest trial, I will say. Straight in the deep end with a 100%. I will say, straight in the deep end with 100% on a off-season race. So I nod my head to you, solid, and I'm hoping that, fingers crossed, we have you a few more times in the comms box from now on, because you've got my seal of approval, and I'm sure the rest of the comms team, like Mark and Connor, will probably be happy to have you on. So
Mark will say no because I called him old.
Yeah, there probably is that. You probably have to serve a bit of a suspension before you join full time.
I'll do all the race research. I'll do all the race research for the rest of the season.
That'll be your punishment then.
Yeah, it's not like I do it anyway for my own benefit.
Yeah, so it's been a slugfest with this one, with it being 100%, 71 laps, a few safety cars. So I'm not going to take up everyone's time any longer, including yourself, Ash, and I think we both have got to the point now where we just want to get off and finish the day.
I've got to finish this, and then I'm going to go get ready for work for 8 hours.
Oh, dear.
Night shift, baby! Well, it's been an absolute pleasure commentating with you, and well done to every single driver.
Honestly, I look forward to probably seeing you more often in comms, but the question is, it'll be trying to fit you in, so that'll be down to, I believe, Connor to try and work out where to fit you in. But solid job from you, and I'll say that happily live on stream. Solid job, and everyone who raced tonight, solid job. I mean, especially Gav getting as far as he did with if that rear wing damage thingy, because as I say, it's not the easiest. But I think we've waffled on long enough. Enjoy the rest of your evenings.
You too.
We go back to normal league racing shenanigans as of next week at Silverstone. Tier 2 and Tier 1 will be starting off the race week on Monday, and then you'll have Tier 3 and 4 on the Wednesday and Tier 0 on the Thursday. So fingers crossed you get to see this one that's been alongside me tonight on track at Silverstone on Wednesday in Tier 4, and hopefully
I'll be in the wall at Cops.
So enjoy the rest of your evenings. That's it from myself and Ash Lord. Enjoy. Good night.